Okay. Okay, yeah. So in the last theme, we come a long way so far. So we have changed the panel view to a grid widget and put all system data inside it. This greatly improved the way we perceive the application because we were using panels, but it was kind of not showing the data the way we wanted. So using a grid did the trick. Now we're looking the data well formatted, a lot more sense, makes a lot more sense, and looks more like what we want to show. Next, we refactor the code and place system info logic in one file as well as for Spectre console logic. We ended up creating this graphics class just to display the version with icons and without icons. It is not yet optimized, but we're gonna be working on that later. Then we created this memory info class, which is a kind of a helper class. From here, we get total memory available, used, and so on. I think we have yet to work on this class. Also, we created the memory sysinfo. Here we get all the logic to get the user, machine, OS description, version, OS, and so on. Uh, I think this is pretty well formatted, what we want. And what else? We extended system info, adding disk space, runtime, uptime, memory, and CPU. Yes, so just for you to know, we are getting the CPU, we are getting the memory, which I think as of now it's not working properly, but we're gonna be working fixing this in this stream. We get the uptime and also disk space, which is 39 gigabytes free. Okay. So now with the work we're gonna be doing today, let's add some color for the system info output. Let's also fix get memory functionality to display correct values, which I was talking you just now. This we're gonna be working on this. Group sysinfo and add a tree widget. This is the fun part where we're gonna be working on today. Research if we can add kernel, WM, terminal, and so on. All this stuff so we can extend the functionality. Add a minimal full flags to display minimal system information or full info. Yes, let's see if we get to work on this. I'm thinking on doing something like this. Maybe .NET run dash and then maybe say minimal or full, for example. And if we say minimal, we get something like just 3 lines. Uh, Talking maybe about this example. And if we type full, we get all this information displayed in the application. So that's kind of what I mean with this minimal or full flags. And add charts widget to show memory and disk space. Oh, this is gonna be fun. We wanna be displaying the disk space and memory both using the charts widget from Spectre console. Okay, so I think we can start working on the first one. Let's add some color. For that, I think we can go into graphics. Yep. And then from here, we can say something like, look for Spectre console documentation and say markup. Yeah, we can say something like add to in. Fine. Okay, let's see this. Also, let's do the same for the one. Add blue, green, yellow, blah blah blah. And like, okay. Now let's see what we get in the output. .NET one dash dash. Okay, that's pretty neat. Can you see this? This looks way better. We added the white on this space. Okay, so this isn't the white one. Okay, kind of interesting. It looks similar to our version, which is green. Uh-huh. Maybe we can go with another color. Let's see what other colors are supported. The color reference for complete list. So maybe we can choose to violet or something like that. Do oh, it's magenta. Let's take this and put it here and go for run, save, and then .NET run dash dash. Okay, I think it looks nice, but I wanna see a color a little vibrant. Don't have it this dark olive green too. See if this looks nice. Go down that run. Yes, I like this one. Pretty cool. Okay, so gotta say we did it pretty fast. Uh, we already have added some color for the system info output. Okay, so let's fix get memory functionality. For this one, I'm gonna be using open code. And let's say something like I'm currently printing the memory in my CLI application, but it's not showing me usage data. Can you help me troubleshoot this issue and it it displayed information? Let's hit enter and let us see what we're doing. Okay, so far let's see what we're getting. I'll help you troubleshoot memory display issue. Let me look at memory related information. Let me check graphics file, see how memory information is being displayed. Now I can see the issue in the get Windows memory info method, you're using garbage collection get garbage GC memory info incorrectly. Okay, memory load bytes doesn't represent the system memory usage. It represents the memory load of the GC heap. Calculation of the available bytes equal total bytes minus the used bytes doesn't give you actual system memory information. Okay, so now it's kind of adding a new class, extending the functionality and also troubleshooting the issue, fixing what's not right. Okay, it's enabled unsafe code in the project. My guess it's using unsigned integers. So that's why it needs to enable that. Library import has limitation with custom construct. Let me use traditional DLL import. Okay, it's gonna be using some kernel libraries using this import. Okay, excellent. The build succeeded. Now let's run the application to verify memory information displays correctly. And now we can see, okay, this is what we were expecting to see something here and not just zero. And also it gives us the overall in a percentage of the memory usage. So the issue was in the get Windows memory info method in sysinfo. So what he fixed is he added Windows API invoke declaration. He added this class, this struct, to interface with memory Windows global memory status. Then he fixed the memory retrieval logic. Instead of using GC get memory info, which was using before, now calls the Windows API to get total physic and available physic memory. It enabled unsafe code. Yep. And added proper error handling, memory fallback. Okay, so now let's see by ourselves our application running. .NET run --. Okay, now we see it. So also let's see, just to make sure it's still working. No icons. Yes, now it is displayed not using any icon. I just wanted to make sure our no icons command was working. So again, we have worked on something to get it done. Let's say yes. Oh, sorry. Where's the X? Oh my God. Yep, here it is. Now, put this here. No, not this one. Actually, this, let's put it here to make it smaller. And then we're going to be working on the graphics MD. So now that we have our application working, oops, yep, .NET run --. Now that we have the memory usage working as expected, maybe we can, you know what? Let's actually work on this one before this one, because for this one we want to group the information, but I think this is not so much information to group so far. So let us work on this. Let's take this and let me pass it to OpenCode. Okay, thanks for that. Now, could you help me to implement functionality or logic to get the following data from the system, and we pass what we want: the kernel, WM, terminal shell, BIOS, GPU, and datetime. And let's see what it does. So it is starting to read the sysinfo class. It's gonna check the current structure of our application. And let's see. Yeah, these do not exist, obviously, because we haven't implemented them yet. But we will let Cloud actually do that for us. Okay, so it added the the properties for kernel, Windows Manager, terminal, shell, and so on. Now it's preparing the edit. Yes, it's adding the new methods before the closing brace of the class. Okay, so the idea is when we want to get the kernel, the Windows Manager, the terminal, shell, BIOS, GPU, and date times for our terminal when we hit the uh, enter key um, when we request for the information. We want to get more information. We want to extend it and start taking a look at more data. So yeah, it seems that it started working, adding some code. Well, I will say a lot of code. Here is getting the kernel, checking the OS platform, if it's Windows, Linux, or Mac OS. Same for Windows Manager. Checking for those environment variables, get terminal, same story, runtime information. What else we can see here? Yada yada. PowerShell, yeah, this is for the terminal. The BIOS, we're checking for the BIOS. There's a lot of things happening here. Also, what we can see here is doing a lot of search. And now it's adding the rows for all of our new properties that we will be printing. It seems like a lot of changes. I will have to go and take a look at this. Oh, you know what? It has removed the icons. So we will have to ask it to take them back. Okay. Now this is what we look at. Yes, this is much better. Daytime, BIOS unknown. Okay, I don't like this. Shell, Windows Terminal, PowerShell, Terminal, Desktop Windows Manager, GPU unknown, memory, the CPU, kernel OS version, OS description. Maybe we can make this just one instead of OS version. Let's add kernel. And yes, let's see what else it has done. It's building and testing. It is looking good. Oh yeah, yay. We have unknown for BIOS and unknown for GPU. We will have to check if that, yeah, showing unknown. That might be because WMIC requires administrative privileges or is not available in my system. It's gonna try and see what's going wrong. Yeah, it seems that this environment variable is not available in my environment. Okay, let me use PowerShell and CIM Let's. This is looking good. Now it's gonna be running and testing again. Let's see what we get in the print. There we go. We're not getting unknown for anything. That's amazing. We got a lot of value from using Cloud for this application. Yeah, that's what AI is for, guys. You use it as a companion. Perfect. Now everything is working correctly. You can see kernel, Windows Manager, terminal, shell, BIOS, GPU, and date time. Summary of implementation. I've successfully added all the requested system information fields. Yeah, shows kernel version or window names on name -r on Linux, Windows Manager, terminal. The implementation is cross-platform compatible and includes proper error handling with fallbacks to unknown when information cannot be retrieved. Okay, I think I like this. Okay, during the implementation of these new features, you remove the icons that were previously being printed in the console. Could you add them back, and also please add new icons for the new fields, or let's say properties. And let's see what does it come with. If it doesn't find anything, I'm gonna pass this URL so it can search for them here. Let's see, compression number one, compress. Yep, it's doing some work. Let's see what it comes with. It is reading the graphics class. Let's see what we have right now. So here at graphics, you can see how it removed the icons for both of the lines, but now we get the colors. Actually, let's go and test that out. Let it work for a bit. Done run dash dash, and let's see. Okay, I like this. It is repeating colors. We can manually be working on this. Yeah, actually, we can work on this. But so far, it's looking amazing. Also, yeah, it removed the icons from here. The space you were looking at, it was not a blank space as so. It was actually an icon that I got from here. I think I typed something like blank. Yeah, and we get this blank space. So far, you can see it is trying to actually add it here. Uh, let's see, maybe in a it didn't have okay. No. Okay, it added an icon here, but we are having this issue. Okay, we will have to tell it that you added the icon only for the OS, but all the other lines are being printed without an icon. Could you please look for the icons here and add the icons to the print sys info method. Let's see if now it can do a better work. So the thing is that it added the icon. Let's see by yourself. Let's run this. It does is printing the icon, but as you can see, we have this. This is not an expected behavior. So maybe we can remove this, something like that, maybe. I hope that doesn't interfere with what Cloud is trying to do right now. Also, I don't think this we will work out. Yep. As you can see, we are getting this. Maybe. Okay, let's see what. Okay. It seems that it is having some issues with bringing or adding the icon, so I'm gonna do that manually. What I am too worried about is that, for example, we are getting that issue, right? Let me look at what we have now. Done that run dash dash, and then no, we don't want that. Hmm. Maybe we should try what we should try. Maybe we can try this out. And let's see what we get. Still not what we're looking for. Maybe if we add a space. You know what? I'm gonna go to the file history and actually look at what changed. So this is what we had before. Okay, brackets, the icon, OS, space, and the slash. And here we had the information for that. Okay, that's okay. Version, GPU, CPU, memory, time. Okay, doesn't seem that anything changed that much. Besides, instead of using B, we're not using now passing the color. So let's try figuring that out. So first of all, let's go and get some. You know what? I'm gonna try adding this blank space here. Let's see if we get something from doing this. And as you can see, no, we we may have managed to put this aligned, but we are still getting this issue. Oh, I'm getting a little bit worried about this. Let's see what happens if we remove the icon at all. Okay, so as you can see, if we remove the icon, we stop getting that error thing. Let me see if something happened with the way Claude added the icon. So let's see server, and let's take this one. I like this one. Let's try adding it by ourselves. Let's go and clear the console and then print it again. And no, we're still getting this issue. Now, you know what? Let us see if let's first of all remove this one and let's try adding all of them and then troubleshoot that. So now let's always operating system. Okay, maybe OS. Let's see what we like to display here. Oh, it's a OS description. Let's do something like uh sheet. No, maybe paper or something like info. Yeah, maybe let's take this one. OS description. Let's add this. Yep. Let's start adding the color for the output. Yes. And yes. This is just to get the color a lot faster by using the auto completion from Copilot. Okay, so now let's get kernel. Kernel. Okay. What else can we look for? Let us use something random, just a box. And for CPU, let's actually look for it. Hmm. Yeah. No, I like this a lot more for memory. And then computer, PC. Again, something like server, maybe. Yes. Let's use it under CPU. GPU, it seems that we have something. Uptime. Go for time. Maybe just time. Maybe we can take this one. I like this one. And then Windows. Oops. Windows. Or Windows Manager. Oh, now let's look for terminal. Yeah, this one. This one looks nice. Shell. A dollar sign. Oops. Now let's look for BIOS. I want a turtle for BIOS. Let's look for date. Maybe a calendar. Calendar. Let's use this one. And for the last one, let's go for disk. Okay. And let's get the floppy one. Now let's see how it's being displayed. .NET run dash dash. Okay, so it seems the issue it's happening with some of the icons being displayed. Not for all of them. You can see for these three, we got everything aligned up really well. But for OS, uptime, GPU, and BIOS, we have this weird thing happening. Okay, so let's save. Maybe right now would be a great time to add everything, git add, and let's commit. Added color to output and new icons for let's say for new properties. System properties, okay? Let's commit uh just in case Cloud is having a hard time troubleshooting this. As we saw when we tried asking it to add the icons, it was like not getting it right. So now let's see if we can get it troubleshoot the issue. When I'm printing the output after adding the new icons, I'm starting to see that some lines are getting um get the end uh oh, how we can explain that, get an issue at the end, like if there was a space missing. Could you help me troubleshoot this issue? That's too much S. Okay, now, yes, it can help. It's like related to icon width or spacing. Okay, that makes sense. Let me check current graphics and see what might be. I see the issue problem is that some icons, not fonts, can take up different visual widths. Some are double width characters, which cause alignment issues. The issue is that the first column has inconsistent spacing because some lines have icons and some don't. Saying some more things, could not find old string in the file, it must blah blah blah. Okay, it's trying to add consistent space. I see the issue now. The problem is that some blah, yeah, pretty much the same. It's said up there. The inconsistency in spacing. OS version. No, no. Okay. So whatever you have to do. Oh god. It removed our icons again. Anyway, now let's build and run the blah blah blah. Yeah, the issue is still there. Yeah, it seems that Cloud is getting some issues. Yeah. It's saying the spacing issue is gone, but we know it is not gone. Actually, it's even worse now. It seems that Cloud is having some issues with that. Okay, it reset status. Okay. Uh, .NET run dash dash, and let's see what we have here. Now, let me use the Git here. Let's discard the changes so far. Yes. Okay, so it seems we will have to use different icons. .NET run dash dash. Okay, so for OS, GPU, uptime, and BIOS, we will have to use something different. Let's look BIO. Oh, I like this. Let's see if this works better. And no. So let's use biohazard. For the time being, let's look for something different for server. Let's try using this one. What else we need to change? Yes, for BIOS, we are using this, but it is not being displayed. Okay. We need to change uptime also. Yeah. Let's say time. We were using this. Maybe we can use this one. What else we have issues with? The GPU. Okay. GPU. Maybe RAM. Let's try using something. Let's try using this one. I like this one for GPU. And let's see if we are getting something nicer now. So after hitting done that run dash dash. Okay, so GPU and uptime, we're still having issues. Let me try using this one from Electron. This is tedious, I know, but once we are done with this, we will go a lot faster. So no, still having issues with that. Maybe we can use pair programming now. That's weird. Let's try using this alert decagram. Okay, now it's getting tough. Let me actually look if these two lines have something in common, because we're having issues with both of them. We get the color and then the icon space, the name of the property, and no space after. We have the color and the actual information being printed out. Do we have something common between this and this? I don't think so. Uptime is just numbers and this is text. Now let's continue trying to use a different icon. So RAM, no, tick. And let's use this drumstick for GPU. I like it. And for time, let's see if we can use this one, AV timer, and hit run. No, oh, okay, this is getting a little bit annoying. But let's do something. Let's remove the icons actually. No, not this one, the GPU. Let's see if the issue persists. Okay, no, the issue is gone. So we do know that we're having issues with the icons actually. So maybe we can use yes, I like this for the time uptime. Okay, let's see this working. Come on, come on. Oh God, this is not helping. Let's put a space here and see. Help me, please. Just help me a little bit. Oof. See if adding that blank space works even a little bit. Yep. Maybe. No, 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 no. The uptime, it's giving us a lot of trouble right now. No. You know what? Let me take and remove this and let put it here and see if that makes any change. Maybe the coloring is doing something. No, no. We have this white and it's still having the same issue. So no, it's not part of using that. So, okay, you know what? Maybe, just maybe we can move on for now. And let's change this later because it's taking us a lot of time and on. I don't want to get stuck here. I don't like getting stuck a lot. I do like to show you how things can go wrong and how something so simple like this can take a lot of time. But I don't want to take more than maybe 10 minutes or of that on something. I don't think that's productive. Okay, so far we have removed the issue by just changing the icon. For now it is not the right icon. Anyways, I was I was using random icons for some of them, so maybe we can work this out later. And let's say we have added this with the aid of Claude. And now let's group everything and let's use a tree widget. Okay, so now goes the fun part. We are displaying everything inside a grid here, and this is getting displayed inside a full panel. So maybe we can go and check for, oops, tree widget. Hmm. And let's look for, no, tree widget. Yep, we want something like this to nest our panels inside. Actually, give me just a few minutes. Give me just a second. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So let us ask Claude, let's put it in plan mode so it doesn't make any change. How can I, no, maybe what would be a good way of grouping the different system info properties to display them as groups? So let me ask Claude, what would be a good way of doing this? So system info, hardware environment status, or hardware user environment system. Let's see which one I like the most. Static, always CPU, GPU BIOS, semi-dynamic, dynamic. Okay. System info, OS description, hardware, environment, and status. Maybe this one could work out. Um, I'd like to be using this, but I was also thinking in some different way. Let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 13. We could make 3 groups of 4 and 1 of 5, or we could do 4 groups of 3, something like that. Okay, so I think we could start by calling this, so this is the grid, and then the grid is being placed inside the panel. how we can use the tree widget. Let me think about it. We have hide icons, no icons. We have header. Maybe we could print out different panels or different panels. Yes, with a tree sided. So I like this one, like this way of doing it. But what could we be doing? Maybe we could just print different panels, or we can print different trees inside panels. Or well, the grid is a must because I like to organize it this way. So maybe the grid will be side tree. Because I want to have this nice way of displaying, like the branches, but I'm not sure. Building nested structures, styling node labels with markup, with tree white styling, guide styles, a ASCII line guide, double line, bold line, and controlling the node expansion, collapsing the entire tree. We have the advanced usage and adding multiple nodes. Okay, from data structures, this could be a good way of building our tree in a more advanced way, at a more advanced stage. Maybe this could work out. So let's see, maybe, just maybe, you can have something like the same, that right. Yes, and then create a new panel, which also hide icons. Gonna take the same, create no icons, create blah 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 blah. But for this, okay, let us create a new grid. Let's see the way Claude was telling us to do. Let's create the system info. System grid equals a new grid. Let's say we add a column, and then pretty much the same new grid column, no wrap padding right 4. And then we add, let's see, OS description, OS version, and kernel. We can take these rows, remove them from here, and then just pass them here. So it's OS description, OS version, which is the same as kernel. That's why we remove that. Also, we have to remove this from this one. And this is the system grid. Let's create the hardware grid. Equals new grid. CPU memory GPU and BIOS. Add, oh, you know what? Let's not do this manually. Let's go for BIOS directly. Let's copy it, pass it, and yes. So right now, let's say this is header icons, sysinfo. No, now we will remove this. For now, let's comment this out. Let's copy it, uncomment it, and let's remove all this from here. Let's say just um system info. Let's remove this. Yep. And here, let's do the same. Let's remove this check. Let's remove this. And let's do something like hardware info. And we will say hardware grid. And from grid no icons, let's say system info, system grid. Okay, yes. Now let's see if this is working out. Okay, on line 7010, yes. Okay, now, so it seems there's an issue with the row columns. Hmm? Yep, we're missing a column here. Also down here. Now let's run this again. Yes, now we get it the system info and hardware info, but still getting way much more information that what we are intending to print actually. Yes, you know why? Because we are doing this wrong. For now, this makes no sense. I get it, but bear with me a little. We are doing this just in order to show it. There we go. We get the system information and get the hardware information. I like this one. Okay. CPU, memory, GPU, and BIOS. And for system, we have OS description, and also the kernel. So for OS, it seems that I'm having an extra. Let me see. Oh, yes. Having this extra space here, making Windows not to be aligned with the rest of the rows. Oh, seems that was not the issue. Oh, here it is. Let me run this again and we should see it working out, right? Yes, now we have Windows aligned with the rest of the rows. Okay. What we are missing, let's do environment and status. Okay, so let us do pretty much the same. Var and environment with, let me see, Windows Manager, Terminal and Shell. Yep. And for status, no, new grid. Yes. And let's do the same for this one. And see console that right. Yes. Yes. Okay. Let us just look at this working now. .NET Run. Make it sure you're spelling it well, not like me. Okay, it's taking some time, but there we go. We are displaying this correctly. I don't like the amount of time that is getting to display. You know what else? Maybe we can do something like green, red, oops, red, blue, and maybe pink will be good. Pink one. And let's see how the border changes. Yeah, green, red, blue, and pink. Maybe not red because it seems like there was an error. Maybe let's try to make it some other color, aqua. Also, let's go back and look for the blank. Let's take this and let us put it inside the here inside the header. Oops, no. This is gonna give us that space in the header because by default the panels have no space in the header and I don't like that. Doesn't look good for me. Now if we go and run this, let's see how it's being printed. There you go. We got system information, hardware info, environment info, and status info. And as you can see, we have this nice space here. We were not getting this before. We had to manually get the blank for the nerd icon font glyphs. No, nerd font icon glyphs. I'm sorry. So far we are displaying this inside panels, different panels. My original idea was to use the tree widget which I was pretty much excited to use it. But to be honest, I don't see how these will have worked out. Well, I do. I do. I'm just not maybe doing the effort to make it work. Maybe I could use the tree widget, and you know what? Let us start using a tree widget, okay? Let me create one tree here just to see how it looks. Our system tree equals new tree, and let's pass um the same header as here, system info. Oops, sorry, system info. Let's pass this here. Oh, okay. Thank you, Copilot. And we can add nodes this way. So the source, the add node, or okay. Oh, okay, okay. So we can add the node to the tree, and then we can add subnodes to this tree. Okay. So okay, let me take a look at this. Add node, source add node. Let's say system tree dot add node. Okay. And let's just say something like hello. No, let's just keep it simple. I want to see how this works. Now I'm guessing this will be printed out the same way, right? System tree. Yep. And let's just print out this. So .NET run, running the CLI, system info, hello, okay. Hmm. I think the way of doing this will be pretty much like taking the rows and just put the data inside it, right? Would I be able to add a row inside a node? Let me check this. Uh, row. Let us see. Oh, let me go into rows. Rows widget. Okay, so we can create standalone rows. Okay, 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 okay. New, no, new rows. New markup. We can pass is like yes, yes, yes. The first row. Okay, but what if we actually can get take this and just say new column, new columns, and say something like uh, new grid column and no wrap, blah 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 blah, and then no, I think we're getting we're getting away from what we are expecting. Now, let me go back to the simplest implementation that we were doing here. So it was something like this. So let's remove these rows. Okay, let's see how these work out. I think it's gonna be low, right? Okay, so CPU, and we have this. Let me see how columns work. The columns widget. Okay. Okay. In columns, we can put a panel inside from strings, Azure at AWS, blah, blah, blah. Columns for each one. Okay, maybe this is what we are looking for, like the columns put inside each table with behavior. Maybe we can take this. We can take this. Let's remove everything from here. Also this and this. Just column. Let's say something like and system information. And let's use this to make it um, string interpolation. Let's remove this column. Now we are adding a node with rows, and that row is having some markup. If this doesn't work, maybe we can use the backslash t. So now let's run this and let's see if we get anything. Okay, so we do have the CPU. Maybe we can do backslash in t to make a tab. Okay. Okay, we have CPU. What I like the most. I do like the idea of having panels, but using this tree makes it look nice also. Maybe, you know what? Maybe we can make different versions. We can make a version using panels to bring the different system information, system, hardware, environment, status, and we can do it inside panels, and also one more for doing it with trees. So for now, let us just uh, comment out this line. We partially, let's say we have partially completed this. Group system information and add a tree widget. We do added the tree widget, but we will add different ways of printing the information. Maybe we can call it formats or something like that. So add a minimal and full flags to display minimal system information or full information. So for this, we could say something like, what will be minimal? Maybe system information. What will be full? Add hardware environment info and status info, right? Or maybe we could say system and hardware is minimal and environment and status is full. So for that, I think we can go sys info. No, I think we need to go to program and then create another option like we did with no icons. And let's say var, how we can call this is minimal option equals new option of type bool. Yes, whether to display a minimal output or not. Yes, we remember arity 0. It is because we can take an input from this value or none. So yes, now we parse the value. Here's when we run the root command, which is the name of our CLI application. In this case, it is the double dash. This is the root command. When we run this, we check for hide icons and for is minimal. So right now, the hide icon, we have to refactor this because we are not using it right now, but we will make it work maybe for this or for next session. But is minimal. Now we'll take if the user want it to be minimal or full. You know what? Maybe this is not the way. Maybe we should check if we can call this verbosity. You know, like when you try to print the log information. Okay, for now, let's just call it minimal, but maybe as a to-do, we will add to refactor this and call it something else like verbosity or output length, something like that. So print system info now will take is minimal as a parameter. Let's go to this function and let's pass this. Bool is minimal. So uh, we can take both of this and let's say if is minimal. If not, it's is minimal. If this is false, then please print out this. Otherwise, let's print it anyway. Okay, so oops, sorry for that. Clear .NET run minimal. And as you can see, we have just print out these two. But you know what? We need the same check before because we don't want to be calling this if minimal is not enabled. If not is minimal, if minimal is not enabled, then do your work. Otherwise, we get no value on just calling that, you know. We should not be doing that. Okay, name environment grid does not exist. Okay. Maybe we should group these together so it always exists, right? Let me remove this from here and go down here. So for now, let's do this. Let's remove this check and also this check. And if it's minimal, if minimal is false, then we create the grid for all of this. Okay. So we want minimal information and we are getting the minimal information. Let's not pass that flag and we should get the full information, the full system information, right? And yes, we get four uh the four different panels for the different system informations. That's good. That was actually what we were looking for. So obviously this is not clean or scalable, but for now it is working well. So let's just mark this as done. And to end with this, we can add the charts widget to show memory and disk space. Okay, this is gonna be something fun. Let's go and look for chart, draw charts, create a bar chart. Okay, so let's see how this looks. Let us just print that to see how this is looking and working. Let me remove this and put this to work. Now, let us do it that way. And let us run this. And let's see how the charts are working. Yes, actually, this is what we want. Okay. You know what? Actually, I think there's an example. I think I got it. Repos, the open source examples, and then go into examples, console, and then chart. And let's run this example. And this is exactly what we are looking for. We want to display the memory this way. So I think we could take a look at the program. So what this is doing is rendering a bar chart. We want the languages one. So here it is. The full size, the width is 60. Show percentage. I think, yeah, this is the one. With value color orange one. Add item, the value, I'm guessing, and the color. So this is exactly what we want, okay? So, for let's go to disk space. Oh God, we will have to do something here. Let's see, it was render. Oh, yeah, Spectre console rendering and say, let's say disk. Oops, no, disk space. And then let's put a comma here. New breakdown chart, new breakdown chart, and then we can add an item. Yes, thank you. The disk info. Okay, so what is disk info? Get disk. And from this, we get uh, we get a string. Okay, drive info, blah blah blah. Get something in this format, right? Yes. Okay, but what we actually want now is we want separate values. Maybe we could create a new function that does that, right? Uh, let's go and do this. Get disk and let's say start. Okay, and then we can return. We could return a tuple, or we could return two strings, a list of strings. Um, maybe we could return an object. What we could be doing, or we can return two numbers, right? A tuple of numbers. So I don't quite remember how to return tuples. Let me see how this works. So let's go to C# reference. So this is the way we define a date tuple. So maybe we can say this int b, and no, we will need double 3 and double used. Maybe total, right? Yes, because this is what we are doing. 2 GB. Maybe we can say double total, and we can go here and say disk info part, right? What was it? Okay, we can use this, get this chart, but why are we getting an error from here? Oh, protection level. We have to make this public. So now we are doing good. And new breakdown chart. It was full size. That width will be of total. Now show percentage. That show percentage used will be the calculation of total minus free in red, and the free will be just the free one. Okay, I think this is good. But why are we getting? Oh yes, I haven't added the. Hmm. Okay, so using Spectre console at rendering, right? But yet we are having issues here, even though we added the Spectre console rendering. Generate method render fix. Let me help me with this. No thanks. So what's the issue? This is thinking. Looking at this code except blah blah yada yada yada. The render one, okay. I renderable in the Spectre console abstraction for anything. Yeah, no, this is supposed to work already, like this fix it. Do whatever what you need to do to make it work. NC console, right line, new panel, breakdown chart. No, I think not my friend, because it is working here. Okay, how embarrassing. So render it is a helper class down here. Okay, let me uh copy this and let me put it here. Yep. So what this is doing is just creating a panel, putting the chart inside, adding some padding, and adding the title. Okay, let me see what came out of this. Clear .NET run dash dash. Let's see if we get what we are expecting. Yes, unable to cast object of type uint64 to type system double. Okay, this is going into line 151 of the sysinfo. Okay, let's call for some reinforcement. I'm trying to get the double value of the what was it? Da, 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 da. So 151 of the um total and three oops values in the get disk chart function at sysinfo.cs on line 142. Will you help me getting the correct global value and return it so I can use it at I think it's graphics, right? Yes. Could I get any help from Claude? I think we can, and we're pretty close to be done with what we are expecting to do. So I hope we can get the help we need. Returns object, yeah, fixing this. Okay, so we are pretty close, guys. We're pretty close to get done with this. Stay here until we finish, please, so you can see it working. I'm getting pretty excited because now we have a pretty cool printing, using this, just printing the information. but soon we will be able to, use panels, use trees. I was thinking in maybe creating a version using a left panel to enclose this column and let just this sit alone with no panel. That will be pretty cool. But that maybe we could achieve that in a different session. Right now we're trying to correct this issue. So let's see. You might want to just chart with calculation in graphics, instead of you might want to use a fixed width or scale the values, blah 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 blah. So let us remove this and run. No minimal, and let's see if we get everything okay. Okay, we're getting what we want. Let me remove this guy from here. We don't want this anymore. We don't need it anymore. Let me here again and then let run dash dash. Okay, so now from disk space we are getting the used, which is this, and we're getting the free, which is this one. Okay, so let's see what was Claude telling us. The chart with calculation in graphics, line 81, instead of with in total, you might want to use a fixed width or scale the values appropriately for better visualization. Yes, I think so, because I don't like this getting huge. Let me see, charts, add rules, show calendar for charts, add a rule. No, I'm looking for this. So the width, maybe we can say something like uh, program, no, graphics. Oh, where are we making the calculations? Let's comment this out. Let's comment also this one. We're not using this. No thanks. And I think with no icons, well, this can stay. So NC console write new panel we do need this to be uncommented for now, just to avoid the error. And here maybe we can say something like 100 and let's see if we get something different. Less width. Okay, I like this a lot better, a lot more, I'm sorry. And let's see if 40 makes any good change. Okay. I do like it. I do like it. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna lie. So we are using this for disk space. But now it will be nice if we place all this inside of the one that we need, which will be so So CPU, right? Uh, Environment and status. So yes, it is. It is at status info. Let's see status, and maybe we can edit. Oh, and let's remove the disk space from here. Clear this out. And let's see if we get something different. Yes, I still don't like this that much. Um, we remove this space and everything from this new breakdown chart, and we added this row. Get this remove system uptime and daytime. Yes, but maybe we can give this a more width. So something like a 50. Nice. Okay, let's see 60 because I would love these two to get in one single line. Clear and then .NET run. Okay, this is the way that I was looking forward to get it working. So yes, we are getting this for disk space. Now we should get this for memory. So memory, get memory info, return the memory info, which is this huge class, which is string, available memory, just memory. Okay, this is way easier to work with. So maybe we can take all this and let's move it to Windows Manager. No, where do we have the memory? On GPU BIOS memory. Here we do have memory here. And maybe we can add this row. Oh yeah, I see the issue also. So from this we can get give me a second guys. Okay, it seemed that it was nothing. Let me check this. Now we have sysinfo dot memory. Oops, memory info. Yes, it's not capital, but to capital I, just memory, and then same for this one. Sysinfo dot memory info and free or available memory. We're having an issue here. It seems that cannot convert. Okay, I think it's bring that to double or something like that. No, or maybe it was something like, oh, I don't remember how to convert it. Oops, maybe do like this will trick, or double that to convert, or in that they used memory. It's in the string. Okay, dot to oh. Let's see. It seems we're having an issue here. Um, we're returning the memory info, get memory, get Windows memory info. This gives us back a memory info, which has an available physical memory bytes. This class, long and long to physical memory usage percentage, total memory in string, available memory in string, used memory, everything is a string here. How can we get the double out of it? Sharp convert to double. Let's see how we can do that. How we can achieve that. Convert that to double. Oh, string. Okay, that was pretty simple. Available memory, and then take this, convert that to double, and system memory info. Still, we cannot be using this. Seems so. Why are we're not getting the same issue here. Used memory, it's a string, right? Yes. So why are we having this issue to begin with? So in this other example, this is working because we are passing this double, and we are passing double also here. So it seems that we do need a double value, okay? But then why it is not uh, taking this to double? Available memory. So help me fix this piece. Um, okay. That was a pretty dumb issue. Also help me fixing this, please. My brain is just broke. Uh, what is going on? No. So inside the row, maybe it is because we're using this, right? Nope, doesn't seem so. So let's see. Add row, new breakdown chart, full size width. Let me copy this and let's see if we can put it here down so I can read it. Add row, breakdown chart, full size, the width, show percentage, yes. Add item, and then add item again. But for some reason, it's not getting this one as an add item. Could it be maybe because there's an issue here, right? Since when this is happening? Hmm. Okay. So let's see. Add row, all this information. Also here we have this add row, new breakdown chart, full size with show percentage, add item, and then add another item. Okay, let's ask for some help. Help me troubleshooting the issue at graphics. I cannot display the break chart for the memory. For the memory property is check the error and solve it. So right now, I was not sure why this was not getting printed out. Maybe because I added this column here, but that shouldn't be the issue because we have the two columns defined here. The first one should be the information or the the title, and then the other one should be the actual data. Okay, so it seems to be an issue with uh yeah, with the this memory. Okay, so it should come from here. Oof. Okay, so now there seems to be no more issue with this. And now maybe removes this, right? It might remove the first column. Cannot convert from string to blah blah irrenderable. Okay, I think it's gonna do way more than what I need it to do. I'm not pretty sure that I'm gonna like this fix. No, I don't like it. Man, it removed all the icons again. Well, that's on me. Actually, yes, that's on me for not saving the progress so far. Well, that's gonna be really bad. Okay, let's just let it finish and see if it displays at least the chart correctly, and I can take back the icons again. Yeah, I think that will be good. So yes, 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 it seems so. Let me see it in action myself. .NET run dash dash, and now we can see something, right? Yes. I don't like this because it's creating separate panels for memory usage and disk space. Maybe we can do it differently. But so far, I think we have done enough for today. Like, I just want to take some rest and maybe think of a solution for the next session because I don't like it to be uh, in different panels. It is not what I was expecting. So let's plan this for next session, okay? So far, we can say we managed to get done with this, okay? So that's it. We have these working out, not exactly as what we were thinking, but we have it working. So therefore, how how will day four or next stream should look like? Let me take this and say, yay, we completed day three. So next stream will be Friday, 17th, 27th. Yeah. So I think it will be something like uh get disk space and memory cards into to the panel with uh, the group info. Mm, fix and how you can say it, refactor minim no icons logic uh refactor and maybe rename um minimal flag to something like output uh minimal. Yeah, I think that will be a good way to call it, output minimal or oh, yeah, I think this will be pretty good to call it. What else we want? Oh yes, add different what can we call it, like uh we want to display the information in different types, or no, different output format. E panels, trees, um left panel, something like this I think will be great, because I was telling you we can print the information in the environment, I'm sorry, in the panel form, also using the tree widget, which is something like, I think I have it, uh, yeah, something like this, using trees, or maybe using a left panel that can contain this information, and then the right panel will contain this information. Okay. What else we can add? Maybe colorizing value also. Maybe do something like coloring groups, color in rainbow mode, something like that. And also, I think we could add a build pattern here, because, for example, if we want something like minimal output, it's an option, and then uh, no icons, it's another option. I think we can create something like a build pattern that will, give back the information. Maybe we can plan um what I was trying to say is to plan something more ambitious, something like configuration inside the application. Like maybe we can add a JSON file that can be read, and if we have system information, we can print that. If we have hardware information, we can print that, and so on and so forth. And maybe we can create a module separation for environment, status, hardware, and system. If the user states in the configuration he wants all that information to be printed out, he can print it out. So yeah, I mean, maybe we can plan to implement configuration for application. Let's say JSON file or CLI app. Maybe yes, yes, yes. And I think this is a pretty good starting point for next stream. So next stream, the tentative is to be on this Friday, the 27th. So if you want to see how things continue going, like right now, Cloud messed up our icons. It removed it completely, and also created different panels for memory and disk space, which is not what we were expecting. Wasn't the desired behavior, but yeah, hey, he helped us removing the issue, so that's okay. That's something we can totally work on by ourselves. So far, application is going pretty good. Did I add the coloring output? No, no. Maybe add a coloring option, or no, e.g. rainbow, no color, or something like color per uh, group, something like this. Yeah, this will be good. So we can add a colored output, different maybe for system, different for hardware, for environment, and status info as well. So I think that's pretty good, and an ambitious plan for the next stream. So guys, please stay tuned. Wait for the next stream on Friday, and I'll see you then. Thank you for staying here and for being tuning on. See you.